So if you're a business and you're thinking about putting any of your services or any part of your business in the cloud, something that you probably haven't considered yet is what happens if that company goes bust overnight and is gone within 2 weeks? Are you going to be able to scramble or possibly have no chance and be able to get all your data, all your systems switched over to something reliable, safe, and efficient and cost effective in a reasonable amount of time? So, while it isn't something that is going to happen spontaneously overnight frequently, it is something that you have to account for, and you should be taking regular local and off-site backups. Or if you're not doing local and off-site, you should at least be putting it onto one or two other services, cloud-based services, not all located in the same city or the same region, and looking at how you're going to ensure that your business can still function if one of these cloud companies fails. I was looking at something putting out wireless access points. I found some that have local, but I was looking for something that would be cloud-based. And this is something that I was kind of talking about with one of the business owners, because he brought up, well, what happens if the company fails? Because I was explaining to him how we found this one product that allows us to take and access them all through the cloud and upgrade firmware and that. And once we found that, and me and him talked about it, I started to reconsider things and think, well, maybe it costs more to go local, but is it worth it as it's safer and more reliable? Because I can send an offsite backup to servers I currently have over in Europe, which is across the freaking ocean. So I'm not worried about environmental disasters taking it out. And frankly, if environmental disaster takes Europe and North America at the same time, I think we got bigger problems to worry about than business systems. Yeah, that might be a free-for-all. But when you're thinking about it, you got to worry about how, as I said, how you're going to get those data back. So think about, say, FreshBooks, which is a sponsor that you've probably seen around online. If not, check them out. They're a great company. I've used them for 3 different businesses now, and the 4th one that I'm starting up, and I can truly recommend them. But something about that is you have to be able to export that to Excel so you can back that up other places and print out reports and such. Because when you're looking at the data that you're putting on there and what you're trusting on there, you are really kind of worrying about what's going to happen when that goes down. Because FreshBooks is an established company, yes, but could say they have a terrible data center system, and say they only keep North American clients on North American servers in one location. I'm not saying this is the case for FreshBooks, but another company could easily do this, that you're trusting with your business data. And what happens if there's an explosion, there's a fire, floods, mudslides, volcano eruption, if you happen to be near one, probably not in North America, but in other places, and that can affect your business and damage your day-to-day operations if something like that went down. You always have to have a backup plan, especially when you're dealing with business compared to consumer, because the consumer, the average person really, they should have a backup system. They should have a backup whatever in case one thing goes down. But it's not really needed as much as it is in the enterprise world, where the slightest problem can sometimes be tens of thousands of dollars. Like example, the company that I'm talking with to put in these access points, their system, he put this to me, he's like, it costs me $8,000 a day just to have people show up to work. And we are planning to switch over to an entirely wireless system because he doesn't want to run new cable. So we're going to have a lot of access points because they're moving away from desktops and they're moving over to mobile laptops. So he wants them to be able to go work anywhere in the place seamlessly. Now, $8,000 a day. So he's saying if that system went down, the company that we're looking at, if their web system went down, he is losing $8,000 a day in wages, not counting lost profit, costs to keep the building open and all that. Just, that's an enormous amount of money. And while that is a good sized company, you also do think about what happens on a smaller local company. Say it's a company that has 2 wireless access points and it's for their guests. Okay, well, their guests are going to be upset for a few days. But what if they're a company that they're just in a building temporarily, like it's a 6-month building. That's all they got the contract for. They're a month into it, and they're not allowed to run cable to all their desktops or all their workstations. So they're using wireless access points. If that went down, it could be days before you can get equipment in. You can get a company in, like the company I'm with, to take and set up the equipment, get it functioning, connect everyone over, and have it all working. That is something that you can't really risk. So that's why for this particular company that I'm talking with, we're going to be going to a local system instead of the cloud-based like I wanted to try out, simply because the cost for the potential downtime is so great, and we estimated it at a 4-day downtime. 4 days, that's $32,000. So he looked at it this way, he's like, so it's going to cost me an extra $3,000 in initial setup fee to have it local, and then it's going to cost me an additional $1,000 per year to have it. And I'm like, yes, so that's what it's going to cost you. Well, that actually saves him money, theoretically, if that company were to bust. And the thing is, with the dot-com boom, we saw so many companies go bust so quick that he lived through that. He experienced that. He lost some technical systems because of that. And he doesn't want to be in that position again. So for him, the peace of mind to know it's secure and it's safe is worth the extra money that you're putting into it. So that extra money he's putting into it to keep it local and keep it safe is fine, because he looks at it this way. If the local system goes down, that's because the building's burnt down. So they lose everything inside it. So they got to pretty much restart hardware-wise over again. Although we can pull configuration files and all their backup data files from backup servers that are a ways away and are relatively safe, or something to happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this puts a little bit of thought in your mind if you're running a business, or even if you're a consumer, that when you're dealing with cloud services, you really have to consider every little aspect of it, and you can't just think about, oh, cloud services, it's safe. It's not always safe, and that's really something you do have to take into account. If you like the video, leave a like down below, comment, and let me know what you thought about the video. Subscribe for more videos like this and other tech videos and product reviews. I'll see you in the next one.